Let me tell you something strange about people who never feel good enough. We live in a world where achievement is visible, measurable, applauded. Yet some people can do everything right and still feel like they're falling behind. And here's the question that always lingers beneath the surface. What if never feeling good enough isn't a failure? Belonging is something we all crave, right? It's a story you pick up pretty early on in life, and it's super easy to think that this feeling just comes from fitting in. Low confidence from insecurity, from not trying hard enough to believe in yourself. But that's not the full picture. Beneath the surface, there's an entire psychology unfolding, one that has less to do with self-esteem and much more to do with identity conditioning and how love was experienced when it first mattered. See, for some people, never being good enough isn't self-hate, it's vigilance. It's the quiet belief that worth must be maintained, earned, proven again and again. You can often spot it in small, ordinary moments. Rereading messages, replaying conversations, downplaying achievements, working harder than asked, apologizing more than necessary, feeling uneasy when things are calm. From the outside, it looks like ambition, diligence, humility. But inside, there's a constant internal audit, asking, was that enough? Did I do it right? Did I earn my place here? Sometimes you see it in yourself, the way rest feels undeserved, praise feels temporary, success brings relief, not satisfaction. Psychologists have found something fascinating here, the feeling of never being good enough isn't always about lacking ability, it's often about conditional worth. When value is tied to performance, the self never gets to land. There's no finish line, only moving standards. So the nervous system stays alert, scanning for the next demand. It's not about wanting too much, it's about learning early that being you wasn't the safest option. Maybe being excellent was safer, maybe being useful was safer, maybe being strong or quiet was safer. So the self adapted, and what looks like insecurity is often intelligence shaped by survival. For many people, this pattern begins quietly, not with loud trauma, but with moments where love felt warmer when you succeeded. Attention arrived after achievement, mistakes changed the air in the room. As time goes by, my mind starts connecting the dots. I feel safer when I perform, and I realize I'm lovable when I give it my all. I'm enough just as I am. I am useful. The striving begins not to be admired, but to be secure. People assume those who never feel good enough don't see their value, but often they see it too clearly and fear losing it. They know how fragile approval can be, so they compensate, overfunction, stay ahead of disappointment by never resting inside themselves. Culturally, we reinforce this, celebrating hustle, rewarding productivity, confusing visibility with value. When a person already believes they must earn their place, this culture doesn't challenge the belief, it perfects it. Think about it. When was the last time enough actually felt like enough? When it didn't, what did the voice say you needed to do next? Not everyone who never feels good enough is driven only by pain. Some are driven by meaning, responsibility, care. And yet the same pattern can erode the self. The system that once protected you can imprison you. When worth is postponed, the present is never safe. Joy feels suspicious. Rest feels irresponsible. In a world that constantly says be more, choosing to be enough becomes resistance. Over time, people who never feel good enough become highly perceptive, reading expectations, sensing disappointment, anticipating constantly. Anticipation is not peace, it's vigilance. Research shows conditional reinforcement heightens self-monitoring and stress activation. It's not weakness, it's adaptation. Beneath the striving often lives someone loyal who learned to hold themselves together early, equating love with effort. Maybe healing softens the fear underneath ambition. Maybe real enoughness is permission to arrive without proof, to pause without explanation, to exist without earning. Never feeling good enough doesn't mean you are broken, it means you were trained to survive through striving. Maybe the work we're doing isn't about becoming more, it's about finally arriving at who we really are. Being enough isn't something you achieve, it's something you remember deep down.